On this very special episode, we're leaving Sydney and heading to the top of Queensland. Our first stop is Cairns, where over 280 species of bird are being found, so we'll have a look at a few of those. The next stop after that is a wet season trip to the Cockatoo National Park. Over 250 species of bird are here, some of them not found anywhere else in the world. Our first stop is Cairns, where we're going to look at an osprey, a curlew looking for a feed, a very rare bird, but first, let's have a look at a kingfisher. I'll be keeping tally of how many birds we see on this trip. Here's bird number 5. What a bonus spotting this bird. It's a Nordman's greenshank. It's been spotted on the Cairns Esplanade for the last couple of years. There's less than 2,000 of them left in the world. It was awesome watching this eastern curlew from the Cairns Esplanade. These guys are critically endangered and are only found on the Australian coastline during our summer months. This guy's hungry and looking for a feed. Time for our flight to the top of Cape York. It's the start of January, so the middle of the wet season. But that's the best time to see some of the birds. We're really looking forward to seeing kingfishers, eclectus parrots, pittas, some monarchs, and best of all, the palm cockatoo. The greenhouse was our home for the next 8 nights. Awesome accommodation right next to the national park. The rooms were really comfortable and importantly had air conditioning because it was really hot. The food was great and there was plenty of space to unwind and relax. Before we have a look at the birds around the greenhouse, let's have a look at our room and our special guest that hung around for the 8 days. Of course, there's more than birds to be found around here. Here's some of the insects that we saw. This is the northern subspecies of the Australian brush turkey. Notice the purple wattle around its neck. This is different to the ones down south, which have a yellow wattle. Wouldn't be a trip up north in the wet season without a good tropical downpour, and boy did we get some rain. We did our trip up north with Faunagraphic tours, where Matt and Jasmine took us to a different part of the park each day. Every day brought something new. This little kingfisher gave me such a hard time to photograph. The buff-breasted paradise kingfisher is easily heard in the forest, but not easily seen. I did eventually get a couple of good shots.
I'll stop moving.
Another bird we spent a lot of time looking for is the white-streaked Honeyeater. These guys are only found in Cape York Peninsula. Another bonus for this trip was this frill-necked monarch sitting in this perfect little nest. Actually ended up with one of my favourite photos from the trip with this bird. Another bird high on everyone's list is the northern scrub robin, a bird that's also endemic to Cape York Peninsula and also very hard to photograph. One of the top reasons to go to Cape York is to see green tree pythons in their natural habitat. We had several encounters at night time, and we even were lucky to find one during the day.
This seems so gentle too. Yeah.
Also, if you're into frogs, this is definitely the place to be. I've never seen or heard so many before. Here's a sight not too many would have seen. What we have here is a white-lipped tree frog trying to eat a baby green tree python. But in return, the tree python is trying to strangle the frog to let it go.
Yeah, I'll try. I've got everything. Oh my gosh, he just drops the frog. Yeah, the frog's got away.
One of the trickiest birds to photograph up here is the Papuan Pitta. One of our fellow photographers managed to photograph one crossing the path. For 3 of us though, we had to sit in this hot tent for 5 hours until eventually a bird did come out and we managed to get some great shots.
Okay, come now.
Another highlight of the trip was seeing an Australian spotted Cuscus. These guys are about as big as a house cat and are only found in Papua New Guinea or at the very top of Cape York.
I already had the right settings because the only other thing I photographed was the python in the dark. Oh, it's sweaty. I can't even see out my glasses.
Cut it down. Cut the tree down. Yeah, get Sophie out. That tree's the killing the worst conditions.
He says, what's all the fuss about, folks?
Yeah. I'm trying to sleep.
Another exciting encounter was with a young southern cassowary. These aren't often seen up here. In fact, our guide Matt had only ever seen one before. We got real close to it too, which was fun. Now for our 64th and final bird, the palm cockatoo. The very reason we came to Cape York. These guys are the biggest cockatoo in the world, and they're only found at the top of Cape York Peninsula. I hope you've enjoyed this trip up to the Cape. Thanks again to Matt and Jasmine from Faunagraphic Tours. Look them up if you want to do a trip up here. Thanks for watching.